Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Ted Karbowski, president of Cruisin With Ted, and today we are joined with my travel partner, Shelley of Voyager Travel Group. So we're especially pleased to welcome Thalina Vergara, Key Account Manager with Silversea Cruises. Silversea has long been recognized as one of the world's leading luxury cruise lines, offering exceptional service, immersive destinations, and all-inclusive experience that allows guests to travel in comfort and style. Today, we'll be discussing what sets Silversea apart, exploring some of its incredible itineraries and ships, and sharing insights that can help travelers determine whether a Silversea voyage is right for them. This presentation is being recorded and will be shared with our Facebook communities and YouTube audience. So if you're watching the replay, thank you for joining us. Thalina, we're delighted to have you with us today. To begin, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role with Silversea Cruises?
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to truly be here. So I have been with Silversea for about 4 years now, but with the Royal Caribbean family for about 12. So I have a little bit of, nautical miles underneath my belt, talking about different cruise lines. And really, I love Silversea. I think this is such an amazing brand. And I am here to showcase what makes us so wonderful. So I hope that once you finish this presentation, you will be calling Ted and Shelley to book your Silversea cruise. That's for sure.
Of course.
Well, yeah, so just to get started, I'm Thalina. I'm based here in Miami, Florida in the corporate office. I work with amazing travel partners like Ted and Shelley to make your destination, your vacation destination come true. Whatever your wish list is, that's what I'm here for. So I want to talk to you about this amazing brand that I'm just so passionate about and I love. So to get started, we have an amazing fleet of ships. We have 12 ships in our fleet, my smallest being 100 passengers, so it's about 51 suites, and my largest being 364, so 728 passengers. That's it. And this is my biggest ship right here, the Silver Nova right behind me, and she's sisters with the Silver Ray. So just to give you a size comparison, I have an amazing sister company, Royal Caribbean. We're part of the Royal Caribbean Group. We have a beautiful ship called Icon of the Seas. I'm sure everybody's heard of Icon. It's been all over the news. It really shook up the cruising industry, I think, for a very, very long time, just because of the size and all of the inclusions that the ship has. That ship fits 7,000 people. My biggest ship can fit on that ship 10 times. So just to give you an idea of a size comparison of what Silversea. So this is my gorgeous array of ships that I have right here, 12 ships. 4 of those ships are expedition. So this expedition product is really talking about Antarctica, the Arctic, the Kimberleys, and the Galapagos, those areas that are remote, so far off the beaten path that there is no path, and then the rest are my classic ships. My classic products, where do they go? They go to Alaska, the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, those classic destinations that regular cruising goes to. So where does Silversea go? We go all over the world. We go to over 900 destinations, from the Arctic to Antarctica and everything in between. So just to give you a fun fact, I get a lot of guests that tell me, Thalina, if I've been to Antarctica, I don't have to go to the Arctic. Well, there's a difference. Penguins are in Antarctica. Polar bears are in the Arctic. So if you want to see polar bears and you want to see penguins, you have to go to both. So those are the main differences. So anywhere that touches water, Silversea goes there. So we are the closest to land, to river, as any other cruise line. We go all over the world. And as another fun fact, my closest competitor goes to about half of these destinations. So we have 12 beautiful ships in our fleet going all over the world. So I get often asked, why Silversea and what makes this different? I know there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of hotel lines that are coming out with, cruises. And what makes Silversea stand out with the ever-growing market of luxury cruising? Well, I will tell you, each company has their pillars. on what we stand on. And what makes Silversea different is our pillars. Our pillars, which we, that we are proud and what we stand by. So for us, like I mentioned earlier, we go all over the world. We go to over 900 destinations, more than any other travel brand. We have intimate ships, and I love this phrase, intimate ships, infinite horizon. So, and our ships are so intimate enough, they're small enough, we'll have a 1-to-1 guest to staff ratio. So when there's one of you, there's a crew member looking after your needs, because our ships are all suite, all ocean view facing. I don't have any interior rooms. Everything sees the ocean. I don't have any interior rooms, and they're all suites. They're all suite categories. I don't have any interior. I don't have any of that. It's all suite categories. Honestly, the service that we have on board of our ships is amazing. It's second to none, really, really is. Each suite that you book, whether it's our entry level suite or our upper suite, every suite comes with a butler. So every suite comes with a butler. And I often get asked, Thalina, what do I do with the butler? Don't worry, the butler will tell you what to do with the butler. That is my what I stand by. The butler will tell you what to do with the butler. Of course, to me, the best way that you get to know a destination is really by the food. So you explore the culture by the cuisine. And Silversea does it best with our S.A.L.T program. And of course, in our biggest ship, which is right here behind me, we have up to 10 different dining venues that you can really dine and enjoy the culture through the food. And of course, everything that matters is included. So we include your drinks, your dining, your Wi-Fi, your gratuities, and of course, your butler. And I think living in this day and age, I honestly think Wi-Fi is a basic need. I mean, you Ted and you Shelley, you guys are running businesses here. You need to be there for your clients when they're calling you to book that Silversea cruise. Wi-Fi is a basic necessity nowadays, so we include that. That is something that Silversea includes. We are all inclusive as well. So from pole to pole, we go literally Antarctica, the Arctic, everything in between. These areas are so small, they're so protected that these larger ships can't go to. Our ships are so small enough that they reach right into the heart of the destination. I personally did a cruise from Copenhagen to Lisbon, and we had 3 overnights in Bordeaux, and the ship was small enough to dock in the heart of Bordeaux that I just got off the ship and I was right in the city. So those are the only things that you can do on a Silversea ship because they're so intimate. So intimate ships, infinite horizon. So I guess the world feels larger when you're on an intimate ship. My sister brands, I think they have amazing products. They have beautiful ships. The Icon, the Celebrity Ascent, I think they're absolutely gorgeous. But these ships, the destination is really the ship. You're going on these ships because, well, maybe you have it's a multi-generational family and you want your kids to have the water slides and a laser tag, and you don't want to get off the ship in Nassau because you've been there 17 times. How many times have you been to Nassau, Shelley? Right? How many times have you been? Dozens.
Yes.
Dozens. So really the ship is the destination. But with Silversea, we take you so close to the destination. So we have different classes. We have a beautiful class of ship called the Nova class, which is a Nova and the Ray, and they were designed completely different from our other classic ships. They have an asymmetrical design. So it really, we were able to push out the pool so far off the edge that it's kind of like in the horizon. It really connects. Because this ship is so sustainably built, it's actually like a giant Tesla. So when she gets into port, she docks in and she is kind of literally charging like a Tesla. So now the engine or the pool is not the heaviest thing, the engine is. So now we were able to push off the pool to the side. And when you see the ship, it's an asymmetrical design. So you see this panel right here behind me, those are the elevators. So we were able to push all of that off to the side. So you're one-on-one with the horizon. So we're constantly innovating our ships as well. We're fixing our other ships. They're going through dry docks, but we're also innovating with our newer vessels that are coming out. And of course, what I love about Silversea is the service, the butler service that's included in every suite that you book. On my first Silversea voyage, I got introduced to my butler and I had no clue, coming from my Royal Caribbean that I loved so much, that I still love to this day. I'm actually sailing on the Wonder of the Seas pretty soon with my family. I didn't know what to do with the butler because I'm so used to just having my room stored. But with Silversea, you have your butler and your room attendant that look after your every need. So my butler introduced himself to me the first day, and I said, hey, I would just love some light snacks after my excursion, after I come back from my excursion. And he said, okay, no worries. He brought me a bowl of little mixed nuts and little canapes, and the mixed nuts, the cashews were truffled, and they were my favorite. So all I would eat were the cashews because they were truffled cashews. And then the next day, he brought me back the same little bowl of mixed nuts with some other little finger sandwiches, some desserts this time. And again, I would pick out the cashews. And then the third day, I come back and I had a bowl of cashews, just cashews. And I stopped my butler and I said, hey, what happened to the little mixed nuts that I had? And he said, well, I noticed that you were only eating the cashews, so I brought you a bowl of cashews, right? So it's those things that make Silversea different and makes it stand out with our butler service. What else are we doing on board? The culinary innovation that we have. Our team, our F&B team, really wants to get you closer to the destination. And how do we do that? With the food. And we have a specific program that we're going to eventually expand to most of our ships. It's called the S.A.L.T program. So the S.A.L.T program stands for Sea and Land Taste. So this is where you further enrich yourself in a voyage that you're in by getting so close to the destination with the food. So we take the meals that you're eating shoreside, we bring them on board because we want to continue getting closer to the destination with those meals. We have over 10 different dining concepts, and I'll get to a new dining concept that we included on the Silver Spirit a little later. So we offer more options than any other cruise line. We have Japanese, we have French, we have Italian, authentic Italian, going back to our Italian roots here at Silversea. So we are constantly innovating when it comes to dining. Like I mentioned earlier, we are all inclusive. So everything that matters is included. You don't have to worry about a single thing. You don't have to worry about buying an internet package or a beverage package. We include that for you. So you don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is pack your bags. You don't even have to unpack them. The butler will do it for you. Our suite features, all ocean view facing. Most of our ships have an option if you want a picture window or floor to ceiling window. On the Silver Nova and Silver Ray, everything is a veranda. So what makes it a suite is actually a bedroom and a sitting area that's separate, and it's divided by a curtain. In the sitting area, if you want to have in-suite dining, your butler will actually set up your sitting area as a dining. We'll put a beautiful tablecloth. We'll set it up like actual dining so you can have amazing room service on board. If you don't want to leave your suite, like I never want to leave my suite, we have premium mattresses, we have fine bed linens, walk-in wardrobe with a personal safe, again, free Wi-Fi. Oh, how can I forget the mini bar? We have a mini bar in your suite. Every suite comes with a mini bar that will be stocked with your preferences. So when you meet your butler in the first day, they'll say, hey, Shelley, what are your drinks of choice? What would you like your mini bar to be stocked with? Your butler will come, they will do it for you. I always say I need a lot of sparkling water and lots of Coke Zero. Those are my two weaknesses, sparkling water and Coke Zero. And my mini fridge will always be stocked with Coke Zero and sparkling water, luxury bath amenities, and we have a lot of different choices. So if you have sensitive skin, if you're sensitive to smell, we have different choices for that. We have a pillow menu. So when your butler meets you and says, hey, what type of pillow would you want? Would you like a plush pillow? Or would you like a little bit of a firmer pillow? I've never heard of a pillow menu until I started working at Silversea. I thought it was just one pillow, one size fits all, but no, not with Silversea. And of course, the plush robes and the slippers, umbrella, hair dryer, telephones, things that are basic in the suite as well. So just going back to the different dining venues that we have on Silversea, I want to focus on the S.A.L.T program. So the S.A.L.T program has different tiers. What encompasses the S.A.L.T program? So it really talks about, as I mentioned earlier, getting closer to the destination as we are with the food. So it also has these are the different programs. So it has the different pillars that make up the S.A.L.T program. So we have the S.A.L.T Kitchen, which is our restaurant. And this restaurant, the menu changes depending on where the ship is. So if the ship, let's say, is in the Caribbean, we're going to focus on those Caribbean spices, those Caribbean, rice, the rice with the coconut milk. We're going to focus on all of those spices. But then as a ship maybe is doing Barbados to Lisbon, or it's doing a crossing, you are going to see how the menu progressively changes during that crossing. Once you reach Europe, the menu will change depending on where the ship is. So I think it's a really neat concept as well. My personal favorite is the salt bar. So you're having those amazing meals in the salt kitchen that they're eating in the destination, but you're also going to be drinking what they're drinking in the destination. So if we're in the Caribbean, everything is going to be focused around the Caribbean rums. Up in the Nordics, about the vodkas. So we're going to be focusing on all of that. In addition, we also have our salt lab. So if you have been to maybe S.A.L.T, if you have maybe been to a cooking demonstration, this is what the Salt Lab, and it's completely complimentary, and it's available throughout the voyage. And again, it focuses on the destinations, on the food that you're eating in the Salt kitchen. So it focuses on, it all ties in together. And it's completely complimentary. You don't have to pay for anything. You just sign up the first day of your sailing on how many times you want to do it. It's completely free for you. In addition, in our Salt Lab, we have a new concept, which is the Salt Chef's Table. So this is a very, very neat new concept that we've developed. And it's about 11 course meal. It's small plates. And it's an experience. You have the chef in front of you making the food and serving it to you. It's 11 courses, very small plates. And it's a drink pairing that goes with the plates. In addition to the SALT program, we have it on the ship, but how do we extend it to outside? How do we extend it to the destination? So we have our SALT experiences. When I did my cruise, we did an amazing experience in Italy, and we did a SALT experience, and we went to a family's vineyard that's been in that same family for 150 years. Amazing. And we were taught how to make a sauce that's been in the same family for the same 150 years. I think the sauce maybe had 5 ingredients, and it was the most delicious sauce I've ever had in my life. And we also have our SALT talk. So our chefs will come, they'll teach you all the different, it really showcases cultural insights, food stories. It showcases the food, the history. So you want to know why in the Caribbean they cook their rice with coconut milk, or where jerk seasoning came from in Jamaica. So it really talks about the different cultural aspects of the food, which is very, very interesting as well. So as I mentioned earlier, we're constantly innovating when it comes to food. We recently did a complete dry dock on the Silver Spirit. She had a complete dry dock a month ago. And now we've changed an area, which is known as the Grill, to the Riviera. And the tagline is golden hour every hour. So it really focuses on the French Riviera, and how if you're sitting on the French Riviera, you have that beautiful golden hour sun, and it really takes into the Mediterranean aspect as well. So it's a part bar, part restaurant, and it's really, really, really neat. And it's something that we've casualed it down a little bit more. So because it's by the pool deck, so it's a little bit more casual, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more lively as well. So it's not going to be just the regular grill lunch that you had before with, chicken sandwiches. Now it's going to be a taste of the Mediterranean as well. So you can just imagine yourself sailing on the beautiful Silver Spirit in the Riviera, having a nice drink and a beautiful meal like this delicious octopus. Oh, I think that sounds amazing. We also have amazing bars and lounges. We are constantly changing and updating. We want to do elegant spaces as well. So while you're having a great time during the daytime in Riviera, at night, you'll have, different bars and lounges that you can attend to. You'll find champagne, wines, a lot of wines from different cellars as well. Craft beers. If you are like myself and love mocktails, you'll have mocktails as well. So we have a lot of different bars and lounges as well in our ships. So I gave you so much information about our wonderful classic product and what makes Silversea different. But I also have to mention that Silversea also does expedition. So you might be asking, what is an expedition? So if you've been to a safari, if you've been to maybe done a safari cruise, if you haven't, or you've done a safari before, you start in Cape Town and you have your beautiful base camp. Then you have these wonderful Jeeps that will take you to see, Big Five, or they'll take you to see the gorillas. That's what Silversea does with an expedition. So you have your beautiful base camp, which is our ships. And then you have the little Jeeps, which is our Zodiacs, that will take you to see the destination, the wildlife, the animals. So Silversea, we are pioneers in this industry. We've been doing it since 2008. We are pioneers in the expedition industry. We've been doing it since 2008. We started in the Arctic and Antarctica, and then we've expanded to the Galapagos. So we are expanding, we are innovating. But, you have this amazing product. You are really in the middle of nowhere, right? You're so far off the beaten path that there is no path, but everything else on board is included. So you don't have to worry about anything. We're all inclusive while you're cruising all of the wonders, while you're cruising Antarctica, while you're cruising the Arctic, while you're cruising, the Galapagos, the Kimberleys. You have all of the inclusions that you will have. You have nice dinners. You are out there climbing, you're kayaking, you're snorkeling. But when you get on board the ship, you have that luxury aspect that makes Silversea different. So we sail to Svalbard, Iceland, Greenland, the Canadian Arctic. We have expedition leaders on board. They're continuously researching and they're innovating, right? They want to expand our expedition product. So if you are the type of person that likes to learn about, in the Galapagos where Darwin did his research, this is what expedition is about. But you still have that luxury aspect of Silversea with the Butlers and the champagne and of course the caviar. So this year we actually have expanded our expedition product a little bit. We're doing French Polynesia in the South Pacific. We're doing Northern Europe and the British Isles as expedition. So getting to these smaller little cities that the big ships can't get to, our expedition ships can. Asia as well. And like I mentioned, we are constantly innovating. We are, refurbishing our ships. We're coming out with, new innovative products, but we're also expanding on what we have. So we are actually building a hotel down in Puerto Williams. So when you go to Antarctica, you start on the right foot. So we are building a hotel. It's called the Cormorant at 55 South. It's the southernmost hotel on Earth, right? This is only for Silversea guests. If you are sailing with us to Antarctica, this is where you'll stay pre-cruise. This is where you'll stay. And it's 150 rooms, so you'll have two views. It's either a forest view or a water view. But look at this. If this is just a rendering, and I can't wait to see the actual hotel. It's going to be done for this Antarctica season. The hotel experience is not just going to be your regular hotel. This is paradise at its purest form. So it's less than 400 guests, right? Because you have 150 rooms, and we're building a lounge, a bar sur, because we're taking that SALT program that we have on our ships and we're bringing it to South America, to the southernmost point in the world. We have an amazing restaurant called Latitude 55 and of course a beautiful hotel lobby. So we're really focusing on the destination and focusing on the food as well. This is just another rendering of the hotel. This is where you will stay when you call Shelley and book your Antarctica, or call Ted and book your Antarctica cruise with Silversea. Now, Silversea goes to over 900 destinations. And I know it's a lot of destinations, but we choose our destinations very wisely. We go when it's the absolute best time. So we focus on the big world events. For example, the Monaco Grand Prix, the Rio Carnival, Barbados Sailing Week. That's a big thing. The Cannes Film Festival, and of course, cherry blossom season in Japan. We go to these destinations. We pick them out so carefully because we want to be there when it's the absolute best time. And Silversea, when we did the Monaco Grand Prix, and we do it every year, we really have prime docking space. So again, because our ships are so intimate, they're so little enough, they can get right into the heart of Monaco. You dock right there and you walk right off the ship and you are in the heart of Monaco. So we only go when it's the absolute best time. We've also expanded our product as well. If you say, you know what, Thalina, I'm already going to Antarctica, I'm already going to be there. Why don't we add something else? Why don't we add, Patagonia? We have land programs as well. So these can do pre and post cruise if you want to add a little bit more of that land aspect. This is something that Silversea puts together, and this is open 6 months to a year prior to sailing. It's multi-day, it's immersive, and these are luxury accommodations that is all included. So you have one package. You can book everything with Silversea. They go from 4 days to about 6 days, depending on the itinerary. So we have that. In addition, we also have city stays. So the rule of thumb is you never arrive on the day of your cruise. Never. I've done it once before, and I was an entire wreck the entire plane ride. I was so nervous because I flew in the day that we got off the cruise, the day we got on the cruise. You never want to do that. You always want to arrive a day or two prior. So we have city stays. So Silversea created city stays. So this is a 2-night pre or 2-night post in the heart of the city where your cruise is starting and or ending. And it really focuses on deeper exploration of the city. So the city stay includes guided tours, and you have, if you're in Rome, we have skip the line access to the Colosseum, to the Vatican. We have all of that included in that fare. And we have transfers. So we will transfer you from the ship to the hotel, from the hotel back to the airport. So all of that is included. We have amazing shore excursions as well. So we have highlight experiences, signature experiences. We also do private tours and overland experiences. So these are really, really neat. If you have a long cruise, let's say, for example, in South America, and you have a stop and you want to go into Iguazu Falls, we can do that. We can build that for you, and then you just meet the ship in the next destination. I've had clients have done that before, and they absolutely love it. They think it's an absolutely amazing adventure. And we have these teams that are destination experts. So they will create a custom tour for you, built on however you want it. So as I mentioned before, I've been with the Royal Caribbean family for 12 years. We are part of the Royal Caribbean group. So that means that we also do a loyalty status match. So this is changing coming July 1st, but this is what it is now. It's a 1-to-1 tier match across all brands. So if you are Captain's Club, or if you are Crown and Anchor Society and you are that beloved Pinnacle or Double Pinnacle and Zenith, you can have your loyalty match come to Silversea. So what does that mean for you? That means savings. If you reach at least 100 days with Silversea, that gives you a 5% savings. And we also include laundry for 100 days as well. So these are savings and extra perks for you. But if you say, you know what, Thalina, I am absolutely loyal to Royal. I love Royal Caribbean. I want to become Pinnacle. That is what I'm setting my eye for. We also have points choice. So let's say you want to book Silversea, you want to go to Antarctica because unfortunately Royal doesn't go there, but you still want your choices you still want your points to go to Royal and go to your Pinnacle status. You could do that. This is the good thing about being in a family of brands. You can transfer your points to whichever brand you want to build the most loyalty. So if you sail on Celebrity and you are a Silversea guest, you can transfer those points because you have friends that are going on Celebrity. You want to go with your friends, you can transfer those points over to Silversea as well. So we have points choice. It's the best thing about being in a family of brands. We also have 3 different fare types. So this is just an overview of all of the fare types that we have. We are the luxury of choice. So we want you to have a choice. So this is how you build your vacation. This is what Ted and Shelley will help you build. All of these, we have 3 different fare choices. This is where we build on. So we have flights. You can book flights with Silversea up to 300 days prior to sailing. We have air, we have hotels, we have transfers. All of that, we can build an amazing vacation for you. And I'm here to help, Ted and Shelley build a vacation for you. So these are our fare types. And that is it. That is the overview of beautiful Silversea. It's just Silversea in a gist. And I thank you so much. And I hope that I will get a lot of phone calls from Ted and Shelley talking about the amazing cruises that, they're building for you.
All right. So, Thalina, thank you for sharing your time, knowledge, and expertise with us today. We've covered a great deal about the Silversea experience, from the exceptional service and luxurious accommodation to the remarkable destinations and enriching experiences available around the world. So we hope this presentation has provided valuable insight into what makes Silversea such a distinctive choice for luxury travelers. Before we tell you how to get a hold of us and get more information, I just want to share a couple things from my own experience on Silversea. Do you guys mind?
Not at all.
Not at all, please.
Good. You don't really get it until you sail on Silversea, because it's really like any other experience. If you sailed on Royal Caribbean, which I have, or sailed on, other cruise lines out there, other luxury cruise lines, you're going to notice a remarkable difference. Okay. And mostly to the better, because Silversea, I think, goes beyond anyone else. I mean, when you talk about the butler service, the food, how everything is integrated, and now with the hotel stays and so forth, it just makes it a complete vacation. So everything's put together, and you really don't have to worry about things, right, Thalina?
I agree. You really don't have to worry about anything. Once you book a Silversea cruise, we take care of everything for you. So if you want to book your air with us, we will do that. And we also, if you book air with us, we include your transfers from the airport to the hotel. If you book a hotel with us, or if you go straight to the pier, we include those transfers. So it's very seamless. You don't have to worry about anything with Silversea. We take care of everything for you. We are a one-stop shop here.
Okay. And Shelley, not to put you on the spot, but did you want to share anything from your own experience, or whatever you want to do is fine?
Yeah, a couple of things I thought about when Thalina was talking is just, her saying that people always ask what the butler can do. And that had been my very first experience having a butler when I was on Silversea. And just a couple things that she did for us that was really nice is just the first day we had asked to have caviar delivered at 4:00. So while we're getting ready for dinner, we have a little snack and a glass of champagne. And then I didn't ask her for it again. And it came every day at 4:00. Champagne and caviar was delivered, which was really nice. We actually at some point had to say, okay, we're good, that we're going to take a day or two break. But then another time we got back on the ship after probably, I don't know, it was 11 days, so maybe halfway through or something. We'd been gone all day on a long excursion, and we got back on, and there are all of our shoes out of our closet, lined up, sitting on this paper. She had shined all of our shoes, mine as well as my husband's, and they were beautiful. I've never seen them.
And you don't want to wear them after that. The same thing happened to me. I promise you, when we did the Caribbean sailing, we did I don't hike, guys. I live in Miami. We don't have mountains here. And we did a rainforest walk, and all my sneakers got disgustingly dirty with the mud because it was raining. It was rainforest, right? In Puerto Rico. And when I got back, Shelley, the same thing. I left my shoes in the balcony because they were gross and I didn't want them in the closet. My butler had cleaned my shoes and had them wrapped up in tissue paper. I didn't want to wear them after that. I kid you. That same thing happened to me.
It was a nice surprise. So anyway, that's all.
All right. Well, thank you. Let me just share. So I loaded some pictures of my own. You see that now?
You just have your initial slide here still.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, I just want to share a few slides from my experience. It's better to, I think, show pictures. It gives a better idea of what's going on. So maybe some of you will learn more from this, or want to get on board just because it's so incredible. So, okay, what does a butler do? This is our butler. Okay, so very nice gentleman, and we asked for a breakfast. We asked for this. He comes in, it's all set up, very gracious, silverware, everything's shiny, and you couldn't ask for more. So our butler was always there with us, getting our bath ready.
And I want to point out something in this picture, Ted. I want you to look at the mini bar. That's one thing. I always get asked, and it's funny because our guests think that
Oh,
for a
mini
mini
bar.
bar, you have, the little mini cocktails, the little mini wine.
Right.
No, it's not. It's a full, if you want a bottle of wine, which has happened to me, I've been at dinner and I've complimented the wine. I have a whole bottle of wine delivered. If I want a bottle of gin, it's going to be delivered. It's going to be delivered to my suite. And if I want to make an old fashioned, they will deliver the ingredients to make an old fashioned in my suite. So I just want to point that out in that picture. It's not the little mini airplane bottles. No, no, sir, no, ma'am.
Exactly. And if you want to have your room set up in advance, Shelley, you should be able to help with that. They can tell you what drinks they want, or
Yes.
tell us what you can do for them.
So I actually tested that little feature myself before I got on board, and I asked for a particular brand of gin, and then I put in an alternative. Could I have this other type of alcohol or whatever it was? I can't remember exactly instead. And when I showed up, I had both full-size bottles of alcohol. We were like, well, what do I do with this? You cannot finish this in a cruise. But it was amazing. And so that is something that I do for my clients, is that I help them get that set up ahead of time. I can call and have it added, or they can add it through their portal themselves.
Absolutely. That's something that we take care of. So Shelley, what did you do with the 2 bottles? Did you enjoy them?
I did.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you did.
All right. So, there's amazing things that happen when we're on board, and I don't want to dwell on this, but my wife had a little bit of a mishap on board, and it was at the beginning of our cruise, and I must say, this isn't something I brag about in general, but the butler came immediately. He got help. We went down to get, there's a little bit of a fall, so we went down to the ship's little hospital there, and it was so amazing. They did a little x-ray. They were so gracious. They took care of everything. And then the next day, a couple of days later, a personal message from the captain, checking on how I was crying, checking out how my wife was. The captain, I'm choking up. The captain of the ship did that. I mean, come on, who does that? I thought it was amazing.
That's amazing.
I hope she's okay now, but that
Oh, no,
really...
it was like a little slip. And I'm, I don't want to get into a big deal on it. I'm just bringing it up because it's an amazing thing that you don't know what's going to happen on the cruise. And this is a cruise line that takes care of you every step of the way.
That really pulls on my heartstrings. That was really lovely.
Yeah. And then it's also the kind of cruise line, if you went to the hospital or something happened, I've had guests share with me that they'll have somebody actually go there with you. If you're in port or something, they take it, they follow up. Everything is followed up. So I thought that was incredible. Amongst many other things, that was one of them.
It's the beauty of having almost a 1-to-1 guest to staff ratio, right?
Okay,
I love this.
This is at the S.A.L.T. What do you call it? Chef's kitchen, or what's it? So I didn't really do anything. My wife did it all. So but I thought it was cool to have the S.A.L.T. Thing there, and they give you all the stuff, and there's a whole cooking class, and I think it was included. We didn't have to pay extra. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it's completely complimentary. The cooking classes are completely complimentary. We do put you to work, though. You do have to work for your supper. You do have to make your own supper.
Well, I just I did a whole video of it, so I did the hard work doing the video. This is just something that's set up, I believe, in our room to polish your shoes. Just there's so many things in the room that are really special. Entertainment again was first class. Now, not everybody goes to the entertainment, but one thing about Silversea, it's more of a traditional cruise. A lot of the people are from other countries. So the entertainment is amazing. So they give you everything you would expect on a luxury cruise. So if you want to go to the show, you're welcome to go, but it's not mandatory. You know what I mean? It's a little different from other luxury cruise lines. You understand what I'm saying, Thalina and Shelley?
And I recommend that you go, because our shows are amazing. We have, and our entertainment, like I mentioned earlier, we're constantly innovating. So we listen to those comments that you guys put at the end. We read them. I read them. We get a report every single voyage. We get reports, and I read the comments because I want to know what you're experiencing. And one thing that we listened that we're doing is the silent disco, because it's very popular in our sister brands. In Royal and Celebrity, silent disco is very popular. So that's something that we've implemented as well. Our guests want to dance. They want to have a good time. We want to dance. We want to have a good time. We've done Dancing Under the Stars now. We put the band outside in the pool deck. We'll close it down and we'll have Dancing Under the Stars. So we listen. That's one of the things that I'm so passionate about. This family of brands, we really do listen to your concerns in those comments. You think, oh, they're just going into an empty abyss. No, we read them. I read them. My team reads them, because we want to know what you're saying and how we can improve, because at the end of the day, this is your vacation. This is something that you want to experience. You want to have a good time. This is your vacation. How we can expand and make it better. That's what we live for.
Awesome. Shelley, anything you wanted to add this time?
No, I just, like you said, it seems like a lot of people skip the evening entertainment, but not so much. I didn't find that to be the case as much on Silversea as some of the other luxury brands that I've been on, because I think that their quality of entertainment is very high.
Yes.
Great. So this is a picture of me with the performers.
Look at you.
So, I grabbed them after the show, and they're very nice, because, it's nice to get a picture with them. So that was really cool.
Your shirt almost blends in with theirs.
Well, yeah, you can't really tell. They think I'm one of the performers, of course, but that's me in the middle, just so you know. Right, Shelley?
Right.
So, Thalina, thank you for sharing your time, knowledge, and expertise with us today. We've covered a great deal about Silversea experience, from exceptional service and luxurious accommodations to the remarkable destinations and enriching experiences available around the world. And we hope this presentation has provided you people watching valuable insight into what makes Silversea such a distinctive choice for luxury travelers. So if you'd like more information about Silversea Cruises, upcoming sailings, exclusive offers, or assistance planning your next voyage, we invite you to contact Shelley Young, my travel partner, at Voyager Travel Group. Shelley can be reached by calling or texting 406-360-8059, and we'll be delighted to help you plan your next luxury cruise vacation. And before you go, please help support our channel by subscribing to Cruisin With Ted on YouTube. Simply click the subscribe button below this video, and be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss future cruise line interviews, ship reviews, travel tips, and exclusive industry updates. So on behalf of Shelley, Thalina, and myself, thank you for spending time with us today. We appreciate your support and look forward to helping you create your next extraordinary experience, okay? So again, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Thalina. Anything you wanted to add, or Shelley?
Thank you. I had a blast. Thank you.
Okay, Shelley?
Thank you. No.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.